Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Vincent. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm a somatic movement educator and also a therapist. So what do? I basically help people to connect the brain work as well as the body work together so that movement become more fluid and smoother. Okay, so I've been doing this work for about a good 20 years now, and today I want to share with you what are the important things we can do for ourselves, and very useful one, very essential, especially during this time for ourselves, so that we can improve the quality of our movement every day. So in this 10-part series, I'll be sharing with you some of the things that we do every single day, from waking up to going up the stairs to climbing down the stairs, right? To picking up keys, for example, things that will help you move from one place to another with ease. Okay, so it's all about transitioning. When the transition improves, right, the condition also improves along as well. So this can be very rehabilitative, or it can be educational for you. So do seek your doctor's advice before you start off any program as usual. This is always a good thing to ask, hey doctor, can I do this exercise? It's very gentle, right? It's not about high impact or heavy duty exercise that you are doing. Okay, so without further ado, can I share with you my work now? So what I'm going to do here is going to find my space, and I invite you to find your space as well so that you can comfortably move your bodies. Okay, so getting down on the floor. To start off, I prepare myself in what I call a big X position. Your legs, your arms are relaxed. Okay, beautiful. So from where we are lying down, supine on the floor, okay, with our eyes gazing towards the ceiling. And most of the time when people say, okay, wake up, when the alarm clock rings, it's so hard to get up here because this is a one-plano movement. What is one-plano movement? If I can use this to show you, okay? You can see here, if I turn this to the front, the red is actually a one plane because I'm going towards my sagittal plane. So coming up here is quite a challenge. So can we change this process of movement? Of course. Your experience is contributed by how you do something, not just what you do. So let's remember that. It's not what you do, but how you do, that makes a difference. So if we want to wake up, okay, not make up, in peace, with ease, this is what we can do. As we are lying down on the floor, remember, or on your bed, or anywhere that you want to be lying on, okay? The first thing too is remember the core distal connection. So it's coming to our core again. So from where we are coming into a tiny ball, whether to the right or to the left. And then from here, we're going to send the foot out, and that gives us initiation and direction. And when this happens, allow that foot to lead you so that the pelvis will start moving. The pelvis will move the torso will move the neck, and then the head. Okay, so from here, you are ready to sit up. Okay, that's the second part where you come into standing. So today, we're going to talk about waking up. Okay, so now that you have woken up, you give yourself a good stretch and you are ready to rock and roll. And the very important thing is, on the onset of waking up, we are ready to rock the world. Why? Because it feels easy. It doesn't feel like a strain. And this gives a lot of positive feeling to us in our brain before we move on. Okay, so I'll demonstrate that again, but to the other side. Are you ready to follow? Here we go. So we're going to be lying down here, okay? And then from where whether you're on the bed or whether you're on the floor, on the mattress, even on the beach, okay? And then from where you are simply going to get into a tiny ball. Get the hands and feet on the floor. Come into a tiny baby position or a fetal position. Send the foot out. As you send the foot out, the foot will be lengthening the entire leg. These muscles are also very helpful. It is not just abdominal muscles we are using. And then from where we are, we're going to send the foot all the way longer, and this little action is going to cause my body to rotate within my hips as well. So you see the body functions as a system. And then from where we are, we continue to lengthen and roll over to our pelvis. And then we can give ourselves a good stretch so that we are ready to rock the world. Okay, now, this is one way, okay? There is another way to get up, but I'll keep that as a surprise for you later. So now I want to talk about the second part of waking up, which is in case, right, your bed is lower, like on the floor. Some people like to sleep on the floor, some people like to be on the bed, right? There's all kinds of manners that you can actually lie down on, and all kinds of height as well. Okay, so now that we are sitting up like this, what is the next part you think we need to do? Is to get off the floor, isn't it? So getting off the floor is something that is very important, and I will talk a little bit more of in the next video. Okay, it requires a few things that we need to take note of, from shifting our weight. Again, it's all about weight shifting in life. The better we shift our weight, the better we move, right? The more we learn how to catch our fall, the easier it is to regain those balance. So please remember that for yourself. It's very important. It can be applied to anywhere, not just in movement, but perhaps metaphorically or philosophically. If you want to connect these ideas, give it a go and send some feedback to me, and we'll see where we are. Okay, so now as we are shifting our weight to our arms, you see what happens to the pelvis? It starts tipping, it starts rotating, right? So why? Because the hip has a joint. It's a ball and socket joint. It's very useful here. So this allows a rotation. When this happens, you see my weight now is on my hand, and I'm not just using my hands to get up. It cannot be done isolated. Like I say, the movement happens as a system. So what do we do here? We learn to shift our weight. We learn to press for support. So this change of support is primary focus here. If you are not changing your level of support, it makes shifting very hard. It's like you're trying to get there, but you're not really getting there. So what do we want to do? Learn to shift and learn to change your support here, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? So from sitting here, we're shifting the weight to our arms, and that makes the sits bone come away from the floor. The sits bone is a bone right at the end of your pelvis, okay? So under the glutes, yeah? So from here, as you can see, I'm supported with my hand, and this is a whole chain of movement that you can learn. You shift, and then you bring the leg across, and then you press and the pelvis lift, you get the other foot up, and voila. And now you are standing up. How beautiful is that? Okay, we're gonna do that again. Okay, so from here, okay, yeah, give yourself a good yawn, and then you're ready to rock. Take your hands on the floor, so you spiral upwards, boom. And you are up. And how is that, everybody? Okay, so that's one way you can learn how to move better. Now, for the sake of balance, we're going to do this on the other side, okay? So, you've just woken up. It's a beautiful day. And what are you going to do? You can do anything you want to do. You decide, okay? You paint the colors of your life as much as you want. You give yourself a good stretch, right? Perhaps go through some of the beautiful things that you have experienced the past days before, and then map out what you want to do moving forward. There are 24 hours a day, right? Times 60 minutes, times 60 seconds. That is a lot of moments you can create that is beautiful for yourself. And it all starts with you moving well. Okay, so now we are going to shift our way to our... For you, it's the right hand if you're looking. For me, it's the left arm, okay? So as we are shifting the weight to the arm, this leg comes along, okay? And when it happens, it is a fluid movement. It's a system, like I say. You cannot look at it in parts. A lot of times people get injured is because they start with this concept of divisive thinking. Oh, we got to train the leg muscles, we got to train the arm, we got to train, you know. This doesn't facilitate movement that well because it's all about connectivity. We're not talking about hypertrophy here. Hypertrophy is the growth of the muscles, right? But here, we're talking about connectivity, okay? Connectivity actually helps you to do what? Helps you to make movement smoother. So it's in the transition of the movement that changes the way you experience yourself, and hence, when you improve that experience, everything in your life exponentially improve. How is that? Okay, so let's go on. From here, shifting my weight to my arm, my pelvis come off, right? And then you can see that the leg starts turning in. And when the leg starts turning in, what's gonna happen? I'm going to get ready to swing my legs all the way up, press, and my pelvis comes off, okay? And then my hand, foot, et voila. I am there already, okay? So this is something that you can learn for yourself every single day once you practice, okay? Practice makes perfect. This is what we always have heard and always know. But what if I tell you good practice makes perfect? Because you can practice something really bad and it gives you a really bad experience too. So is that a good practice? You tell me, okay? So here, as you can see, the way we move, right, is contributed by the way we think, the way we feel, as well as our physical abilities. So we want to increase the ability in our body so that we can feel better, think better, move better, and interact with the people around us better. Thank you very much. So, are you ready for the second video? The second video will be coming right up in part 2. Okay, so I want to do a little time check here, okay, to see whether or not we are on time, okay? So we probably have this video for about a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes now, I think, okay? So now, the next part is I want to help you connect the minute when you are lying down all the way up. We're going to do a few times, so you're going to be working with me, okay, so that we make this a joyful moment. Are you guys ready? So find your place, just spread yourself out wherever you are while you're learning this video. You don't need a lot of space. You see where I am? It's like, I don't know, 1.5 meters and 1.5 meters. I'm not really tall, yeah? So my legs can't be that long. Okay, are we ready to go for it? Let's go for it. Okay, so find a place to lie down. And same thing, yeah? If we can do ABC, we must also be able to do CBA. It's just a reverse of it. So if I'm coming up this way, remember to get down is just the reverse, so that we don't get down in a manner where it's still difficult and challenging. So from here, we are coming down. So good. So you are lying down in a flat position. Okay, your back is flat. You are in a supine position. And from where you are, what do you need to do? You need to bring your hands and your feet down on the floor. Now, try not to do this. This is also very tough, okay? So I want to keep the hands, shoulder joints, the elbow joint relaxed so the muscles are relaxed. And then keep the hands and feet on the floor and be very aware of every moment that you are moving. So make sure you're not moving the legs faster than the arm. So this also makes movement very difficult. Okay, what you really want to do here is you want to move as a system. So from here, the left half of your body will move together. And if you're watching the video, it will be your right half. Okay, and here, we are sliding in, elbows and knees coming together. I keep my head on the floor. So I get into a tiny fetal position. I send the foot up, okay, and this gives me direction. The sense of direction also gives me a grounding in my foot. So from where I am, I'm going to send my foot up. That helps me to rotate. I have my new change of support. I have my support on my arms and my pelvis now as I continue to lengthen my foot. And voila, I just change my support from my arm to my pelvis fully. Okay? And then from when I'm here, I will usually give a big stretch, right? So this whole process is a pendiculation, you know, like how cats, meow, yeah, they go into a stretch in the back. And this is exactly what is helping them to move better. It's a whole sequence of movement that is contributed by our needs, and these needs are embedded in our brain. So our brain controls the body, right? And anytime we don't feel well, the information flows back to the brain and is interpreted. And then it says, I like this, I don't like this is painful, this is tense, this is great, blah, blah, blah. And what happens? The brain sends signals to you to either reject or go away from me, okay? So in order not to reject the good movement in your life, okay, and the good things in your life, learn to see how you can change the way you are adapting the world. Because when you change yourself, the world around you changes as well. So are you ready to follow me? So once we are here, we are stretching. Feeling so good, feeling great. Now begin to change your support again. From where you are sitting, to where my hand is. And then from where my hand is, we're gonna reach, push down. Remember, you wanna get the shoulders down. And as you push down, we wanna send the foot across. So you have the left foot and the right hand. And for you, maybe the left hand and the right foot. Okay, so you see a triangle here. So you wanna get the foot to stand on the other side, and then you rotate around so you can go high or go low. So we have to now do the left side just to balance out. So we know, right, you can wake up on the right side as well as on the left side. So let's get down again. So from where we are, expanding ourselves into a big X. Okay, get comfortable. So make sure you are always breathing with the movement, right? And anytime you are holding your breath, do remember, breathe out. Okay, so from where we are, we're gonna condense all the way, hands and feet down on the floor. Release the shoulders, relax your elbows, and come into a tight fetal position. And from this position, allow the foot to lead you long. Okay, so when the foot goes all the way from our hip socket, okay, we're gonna be having the legs extended. So this helps the body to shift weight, okay, from my elbow to my pelvis. And I'm using my hands as support here. And then of course, I fully transfer my weight on my pelvis. And what's happening next here is I'm gonna give a big stretch. Oh, beautiful. And then continue to shift my weight to my left hand. Okay, as you can see, when that happens, my pelvis comes off the floor and my leg can sweep up and I can press down, and it's a fluid movement. From here, hand and foot, I come into standing, and this is where I can put the right side and left side together, and I can wake up on any side, any parts of the world. Okay, so I'm gonna come down to the floor again. So thank you very much for joining me in today's session. Now it's been a pleasure to be sharing this work with you. Okay, so the next video will be about how, okay, or should I say waking up with ease. Okay, part 2. There are many ways to wake up, yeah. The important thing is to get yourself assisted in terms of movement. So it's changing the way you think to change the way you move. Okay, so stay tuned for the next video, and I look forward to sharing more information with you guys.